can I say something like, I've noticed I don't watch television, you know. Do me a favor, find out how much of the population is homosexual for me.
All right.
Because I don't watch much television, but every time I turn the television on, obviously, well, I don't watch it, but it's a bunch of sex on television. Normal, I get it. Sex sells,
Right?
But does homosexuality sell too? Just as much? Because I see more homosexuality than I see sex. I mean, it's in the commercials. It's in everywhere. Like,
They're trying to, include homosexuality in everything nowadays.
all right. But can they be overrepresented a little bit?
I believe so.
Because I'm just like,
My personal opinion, I feel like if the percentage of homosexuals are so low compared to obviously straight people, why is it being overrepresented? Like, okay, we get it. You're gay, you're lesbian, or whatever you call yourself.
right.
Why is it in every TV
Like
show?
every third person is like, what the heck?
Yes.
Like, they got the numbers mixed up. I would think last time I checked it was 7%. What is it saying here?
It's saying 10%, but there's also like a
It's
disclaimer.
growing.
There's a disclaimer
Damn.
saying it's false. I don't know meaning if it's more or less.
Wow,
There's no
10%.
right. I can't find any like legit one.
I saw 7%, and then when I read, it's like 5% Western
They
civilization.
keep moving it around.
Yeah,
So
But
you can say it's between 5 and 10.
that's a lot of difference. But yeah, I guess between 5 and that's a lot of difference because it doesn't help me make my point at all.
Yo, listen.
But damn, I want to say 7%. 7% of the population. That's the last time I checked. 7% of the population is homosexual. Fine.
I believe that there's homosexuals or whatever, any LGBT. I don't know what to call it.
Right. We're not gonna get canceled
All
over
right.
here. We're
So
doing good.
My thing is this. I feel like they gotta be represented on TV and stuff like that. They want to see people just like them. What I don't understand is when they start changing things that were already there. Like when they take somebody like Robin from Batman and make him gay. Like, why make it? I'd rather you make a gay character than to change an old character we already had into a gay person.
Hey, yo, when you said that, I was thinking about, that'd be dope to have like a gay superhero.
Just make
They
a gay
do
superhero.
have one. They're coming up with one now.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a difference between making a gay character than
And changing
taking back
one. Yeah.
what we had already and saying they was gay. It's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
It's like taking Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head, and now they're not. They're just potato heads now.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, why
Potato heads?
They're just potato heads.
Why can't we have Mr. and Mrs., right? What, like,
Right.
They should be XX and XX potato and XY potato.
yo, I went to the movies. There was a preview of a movie called The Bros. The whole movie is about gay people. So it's like some dude, he likes some other guy, whatever. And then there's this one scene where I don't know what they were doing. They were having a meeting about something. And somebody said, you remember when straight people ran the world? And the other gay person was like, yeah, they had a good run. And I was like, yo, that's a subliminal right there. It's like, yo.
Wow.
Because, that's what it seems like to me. Like, everything's gay now.
But do you think, here's the thing. Do you think because there's a lot of homosexual television, do you think that's going to change people's minds about their sexual orientation? Does the community and society and what they put out have an influence on our minds, especially the kids' minds, when it comes to homosexuality?
Yes.
I wonder.
I believe so. Especially, when you're young and you don't know, you're trying to basically figure it out. Like, you're in that stage where, I believe that it affects you with everything, not even sexuality, like everything else. How to dress, how to talk, what music to listen to, what video games to play. So sexuality, Let
me tell you about these people. The Simbari people, right, of New Guinea. They practice a homosexual ritual. What they used to practice pre-1980. They practice a homosexual ritual for the boys. They take the boys away from the mother at about 7 years old. And those boys have to fillet the older boys, the adolescent boys. So they have to fillet them because they don't believe that semen comes inside of boys. So the semen doesn't come inside of boys. So these boys would basically give the the adolescent boys, the little older boys, like head, and they were encouraged to swallow the semen. This was encouraged. Like, you can look it up. It's a homosexual ritual. But when those boys get older, those boys marry women. 95% of them do. So only 5% of those boys actually grow up to be homosexual. So what do you think about that? And that's actually been studied.
I mean, I got
pre-1980.
I think that it's that way because lifestyles are different. Besides them practicing that ritual, I think their whole lifestyle is different. I'm sure they're probably not watching TV or on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that.
Good point.
I think most of those kids were traumatized, and I just want to say
Traumatized. That's what they do. Nah,
I just want to say,
what they do.
let me say, they called it a ritual, but it was really an excuse for pedophilia and perversion. That's what that really was. That wasn't a ritual. That was an excuse to take these kids and put their penises in their mouth.
I mean, the boys.
It was an excuse for
Right.
pedophilia.
The boys did it to the other boys.
I don't think so.
Hell yeah, it was.
He said,
I think that
it's the
people
same thing,
believe
bro.
so many different things.
the government came in and took
Bullshit.
over. It took over and stopped the shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
listen,
before
it's-
1980, yeah, that was going on, bro.
Yeah, it was an excuse for pedophilia. It's
No,
just like what
but
the
no,
damn
Fernando,
pastors
no.
and
It
shit
was a
are doing to
ritual.
the boys.
No, but check it. Check it. This was
What?
this was a
Explain to him.
homosexual ritual that they practiced. They took the boys away from women because they felt like the evil spirit. Women had evil spirit.
Bro.
They didn't want their boys to be around the women.
That's what they told them so they could practice
No.
pedophilia on the
No.
kids. Y'all sick as hell right now.
Oh my God.
This was an excuse.
Fernando.
That's like me saying, I believe in this. I'm going to start, you know what? I'm going to start taking the kids from their moms and doing the same thing because I believe in that shit so bad. And I got an ancestor that was part of that. And it's a tradition. No, I'm not going to say I'm a that, but they were pedophiles. What are you talking about? They used that as an excuse.
We
That
call
was
it
bullshit.
Right. We would call it pedophilia, but from the research that I've done, they were doing it on other little boys.
Right.
Like
So
little
it's
boys
not-
doing it on other little boys.
Child pornography.
They were doing it, but no. But to Gisella's point, well, I wouldn't say. Well, they didn't have access. These people didn't have access to like
Right.
internet and social media and stuff like that.
But they had their eyes.
And it's
though.
before 1980, so this is what they did. But basically, what I'm saying is this: the point of it is, can your society dictate your sexuality?
Yes.
I think in that case, a lot of them kids were probably
Okay, how about this case? It's another thing that was done. So, boy was born, and the urologist cut off the umbilical cord, but did a mistake and burned his penis off. So what he told the parents was, you know what? Don't worry. We're going to raise him as a girl. So they made him a vagina, whatever. They raised him as a girl. At 14 years old, he realized like in his head, or she realized in her head, like, yo, why am I having these thoughts? Like, I'm so geared towards like women. Like I'm thinking women. Why am I having these thoughts? It was so bad that the parents had to tell him like, yo, you will raise the boy. Like, let's just keep it G. Hold on. You will raise the boy.
A girl.
So you will raise the girl, but you're actually a biological boy. Like you're
Right.
actually a boy. So he went on to get a fake prosthetic penis. Obviously, it's non-functional, but he went on to live his life as a man again once he found out. So I'm asking this to say this: the male brain and the female brain is a different makeup. So how how does that work? I think maybe at the 5% point or the 7 point.
brain can be brainwashed.
experiences can alter your thought process and the things that trigger you even sexually.
Right. And I'm glad you guys are making this point because the science based on this theory and these couple of examples I have, and I'm going to get some more, it doesn't prove that though. You know what I'm saying? Because these boys actually practiced homosexual ritual and still.
Yeah, but to be born part of that tribe and to already know that these things are going to happen. Like, okay, at 7, this is what happens. They're not looking at it like it's homosexual.
And they keep
Because
it.
it really isn't. It's just a ritual.
Right. But and that's what makes it even better because the boys didn't want to keep doing it as they got older, obviously. Like it was
Right.
something that they kept from their wives. And then, to the point with what about the girl or the guy who had his penis cut off at birth? and had a vagina until he was about 14.
That was the ultimate version of brushing shit under the rug, bruh.
But what I'm saying is his brain
was crazy.
His brain still was geared towards women.
But that's different. That's different than that ritual you was talking
being
about.
Brainwashed.
No, but what I'm saying, but with both points, what I'm saying is, with those examples, it shows that to society does not necessarily dictate, and it doesn't necessarily dictate what you're going to be sexually, like your sexual orientation.
Not society,
It's-
but
it's-
experiences, though.
Not even that.
Can.
Even
I'm saying it
experience.
can.
It can. Obviously, yeah, it
As
can.
a
But
young
it's not.
person.
It's not necessarily like 100%.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
So
It's
that's
not 100%.
I thought that was interesting. So,
Yeah.
and when I thought it was so interesting to the point where it's like, oh, okay, there's nothing wrong watching some of this homosexual television. It's like, it's not going to change anything. You know what I'm saying? But I just noticed it's
So basically, what you think, going off of that information, is that all the people that are part of the LGBTQ,
Plus,
are naturally that way. You don't think any of those people in that percentage, whatever it is,
mhm.
were brainwashed to go that way?
I think we'll know probably, like, it depends on how old are these people. That's the thing. It depends on how old are they. Because I think kids nowadays, they're growing mature a lot later, right? So if that answer was 18 before, man, I think we're definitely 10 years past 18, right? Can't you say some people grow up at 28, 27?
Definitely.
Like they start to really feel themselves and be like, yo, oh snap, I don't think I'm gay.
So that just proves my point that I think, yeah, as a child, a kid watching TV, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever it may be, can definitely have you thinking that you have other options. I hear kids, I have kids, so they tell me about non-binary and pansexual. They be putting me on.
Yeah, but what the difference between, like, I agree, because I think watching that stuff now the way it is, what does open up the world a little bit more to the kids as far as like what's what,
And now
straight,
it's
gay, non-binary. But I don't think it can make you attracted to the same sex. I honestly believe there's a mixture of both. I think I lean towards you could be born that way. I lean towards that.
Right.
And I also feel like some people experience certain experience when they were younger that geared them towards that way.
What if some people experienced those experiences while they were younger and they were still predisposed, like in their head and their thinking, to be gay anyway? Then you got
that's
those,
possible too.
and I know then that's possible too, because
Right.
I get what you're saying, but
There's so many
then you
possibilities,
have so many
right?
possibilities, you know, because somebody could have took advantage of somebody that they thought was going that way, you know what I'm saying? But they
Right.
weren't gonna go that way with you,
Right.
you know. You took advantage of them, and you know they were that with anybody, like. You know, whatever it is, everybody is to be accepted and respected. That's the number one
Right.
thing. That's how I know this is not going to get canceled, and I'm not
Yeah.
worried about the conversation. But it's just a good conversation to have, because only can go based off the studies. And I like your point of view. And you said they didn't have social media. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Neither did the people probably writing the book or whatever. But I didn't think about that. But based off that, I'm thinking like, yo, I think the brain determines all of it. And at maybe a 5 to 7% rate, you do have, like, I guess what you would call natural homosexuality.
Like being born that way.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of think, I think a lot of people are just born that way.
Right. I think the majority of the people that claim but I think nowadays, because it's such a huge movement,
10%. Like I said, I swear I
it's
saw it.
growing because of that.
Mm.
Because, okay, back in our day, we knew that is a possibility that one of your friends could be gay because you knew that you weren't, right? But nowadays, it's so in your face that it gives you something to think about. And the way that the brain works, we know that it's easy to get brainwashed.
Yeah.
Everything, the pictures, it sends signals to your brain, right? That makes you think a certain way.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like everything plays a part. The colors, everything. So it's
You saying the
hard.
colors make you gay?
I mean, all the colors, how they represent certain things
Okay, yeah.
to trigger certain things in your brain. If you look at red,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
absolutely, yeah.
everything, they use those
Yeah.
things to brainwash you.
But who? Like, who is under, like, is there like a master gay man that's like, I want everybody to be gay?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. See, if you believe it that way, and I know you're joking, if you believe it that way, then it's like, come on. But like, who
It has
though?
to be a gay person, I would think.
Right, but that's just like, this wants everybody to be, because like, hold on,
Not
real quick.
everybody, but
Think about it. If I was gay, I would want less competition, so I wouldn't want people to be gay.
or you would want more options.
Well, yeah, you're right. So I want more people, but I want them to be my type of gay. Like, damn, like you're gay a different way. Like you want another, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're T.
Yeah,
I want G.
Yeah, I want something different.
What would be your type of gay?
Yo. Hey, bro. Hey, yo, I don't even have an answer for that, but
Don't answer that.
But just for the sake of conversation, it's like I get where you were going with that, but I can't even hypothetical that one right there. But yeah.
So is all the homosexual activity on TV and movies and shows, is all that freedom of speech?
Oh, good point. Yeah. Okay, there you go. And I like this. So that's full circle. So I can't even complain about it. It's all, but I wasn't complaining about it. My argument is, from the research I've done, for the people that are worried about like, yo, the influence, I don't think it's much of an influence, because based on certain situations that were able to happen and studies that were able to happen, they show that a 5% ratio.
I think that those studies are old. And I think that in a few years, we need to do some more studying to see how now this world of today, 2022, is going to affect the future.
But we don't have anybody that is forced to practice homosexual rituals that we can watch them grow older and say, are you homosexual? And still
You're
see that
not
they're homosexual.
forced, but nowadays, because it's so in your face, you're forced to see it. You're forced to hear
Right.
about it.
But that's not as egregious as actually forced to do it. So if you're forced to hear about it and forced to see it, but
I
those
think-
people are forced to do it at a 5% rate, then that's what I'm saying. We still at what? I think it's 7%.
I just think it's a different effect. I think the effect of practicing a ritual that isn't to make you gay, but to make you more manly
Right.
somehow.
Right.
And that's what's embedded in their brains. Like, oh, this is going to make you more manly. So they're probably thinking like they're the man, right?
Right.
After it's all said and done.
Right,
Those
absolutely.
pedophiles.
Versus television and social media, which I believe that, yeah, the agenda is to throw it in your face and give you that option.
But why?
Right.
What's
I'm
the
about to say,
benefit of it?
based on your philosophy, they want a majority of the people or more people. Because I don't want to, like, the last thing you want to do when you hear somebody else's opinion is try to exaggerate it. So what you're saying is that you think they want to increase their population the best way possible, and the way they're
Yeah.
doing that is through the television.
Yeah.
I just can't see somebody that like pragmatic about it. Like, yo, we don't have enough gay television. Like, we're like, there's somebody up like somewhere up that high saying that type of stuff.
It could be business. It could be business. It could be business. Whatever's trending nowadays, that's gonna get the most views.
And it's
just
always
like,
something trending. It's always a problem. There's always a fight. There's always a movement. And those things are always going to make it big time on television.
if they feel like making movies with a lot of black people on the roles,
Mm-hmm.
they start making a lot of black movies because that's what's gonna make the most money.
And that's what's
If they feel like gay people
on.
is gonna bring the most eyes, they're gonna. I think it's just business. To me, I feel like it's just business.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. So so come full circle. So what is the deal? So homosexual television is, well, I call it homosexual television. It's
It's all-
but obviously, being able to include everybody in the television is like a normal thing now. But how normal
they
is it?
should include everybody. I feel like they should include everybody, but for it to be like over how you say it?
Represented.
Overrepresented, it's just business to me. It's like this is what it is now.
Right.
They got that whole movie called The Bros that's coming out. It's an entire full-fledged gay movie. It's coming out. I saw the previews in theater. It's just business,
They're
man.
catering to that community
Yeah.
because it's a major thing right now that's going on.
It's all about money.
All right, so let me ask you this question. I mean, I can ask you a question. Freedom of speech, right?
Yeah.
Did Beyonce's album cater towards the LGBTQ community?
Yes.
Crazy.
And Drake's.
And Drake's.
What?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Yeah, they taking all those songs, man.
What?
All of those songs. You won't take my soul. That's my
You won't take my
joint.
soul.
That's my
Yeah.
joint, yo. They got everything. Everything. And it's like, I feel like I can't vibe to it. I love that fucking song, yo.
Yeah, that song. I mean, but I ain't gonna bump it in my car regardless.
Yeah, shit. With the windows up,
I bump some 90s house music, you know what I mean, before I bump that. But
similar. They
yeah,
taking
yeah.
that too.
But it don't affect me.
It don't affect me neither, but like, damn.
I mean, what's the problem?
There is no problem. Obviously, I like the music, but I obviously know that, yo, this is actually perfect.
When you
like,
listening to music, are you like, yo, this is my shit, but gay people listening to it, so I don't know.
some of them, yeah. My Gloria Gaynor. I will survive. Oh, no. I used to listen to it all the time. When they stole that, I was like, yo,
He said they stole
Gloria
it.
Gaynor. Like, I can understand the YMCA. Yo, man. It's got 2, 3. It makes
All right.
sense.
So you take somebody like
Got a construction guy at the YMCA.
you take somebody like
Right.
Lil Nas X, gay as hell. I don't listen to Lil Nas X, not because
Will he be offended by you saying that? Because I don't want to offend
nah, he
nobody.
is gay. I mean, gay, right?
All right.
I don't listen to him.
I just want to make
He
sure.
is
Like,
gay.
I don't listen to him not because he's gay. I don't listen to him because I don't like his music. But Frank Ocean is gay.
And you
Yeah.
And
like
he
his
got some music.
right?
I don't like all of them, but he
There you
got some
go.
music.
Yo.
If it
Hits.
come on, I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
And-
saying?
Yeah, the same thing. And what was that? That's my shit.
Yeah.
It's a hurricane around my room.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. I'm like, damn, this is dope.
When that comes on, like,
I'm like, this is
"Aight,
dope.
This is my shit."
This
And,
is
and he
dope.
said he said like he or something in one of them songs before he came out. I was like, yo, did he say he did? I don't know. I bump it. And he came out like, he did say he, yo. I might change it to
Yo.
she if I'm singing along
Right,
to it.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, don't get it twisted. We ain't saying there's anything wrong with any of this. We just making observations.
I find it interesting.
Right.
I
Coming up
wanna
with
know.
semi-ignorant conclusions.
Theories.
but isn't everybody? Because nobody really knows.
I mean, because I'm not part of that community. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not gay. I don't know.
you don't like girls?
So I love girls.
No, like sexually?
No.
I feel like all women, this might be ignorant. I feel like all women find other women attractive and would do something with another woman.
well, the second part is the problem. Not the problem. I may say it's a problem, but the second part is the one that will make them homosexual, I guess. Right?
What?
If you would do stuff with a woman, if another one would do stuff with a woman,
I don't know. I think sex is so huge. Like, some people are into feet, some people are into so many different things. So I think it's just, with women, it's just part of sex. Like, you want to be a freak for the
Yeah.
night, you experience that. But would you be in a relationship with a woman?
No, would you have a one night stand with a woman?
Yeah, she's saying yeah.
Because because straight men won't have
Right.
do nothing with a gay man.
Right, absolutely.
But
I agree.
when a woman does it, it's like I understand.
It's okay.
It's like I get
Yo,
it
I ain't gonna
because
lie.
women are the most. They're the most beautiful
Hey, that's
thing
why,
on earth.
yo, honestly, from what you just said, and I'm reading a book and I'm on a chapter when it comes to women. I'm gonna read this thing and then I'm gonna do more of what I do already. Like, I don't care what's going on in your mind sexually as a woman. That ain't my issue. I don't care because you got all type of shit that I don't want to know about. Seriously,
Right.
I just
would
don't want to know
say-
about.
I don't know necessarily because I'm
Right.
a woman, so I don't know how you guys operate. But I would say that women are more sexual than men,
Right.
even though it may, like, for some reason we're made to believe that guys are the ones constantly thinking about sex, and I think you guys are easier, but women
are, like,
are more
easier.
sexual.
Yo, they said it like I was
I see what you're saying.
yeah, they would say like they had a study, like they had people to see if they get aroused, right? They took a bunch of guys that put them in a room and they showed them a bunch of images, and one of the images was monkeys having sex, and none of the guys got aroused by it. They showed women the same images, and all the women were aroused by monkeys having
Really?
sex
Why would that be?
because of the passion.
Don't look at me.
It's interesting. Well, I've seen it on the internet.